Shohei Ohtani is not simply a baseball player. He is a historical anomaly, a figure who defies decades of dogma in MLB and has forced executives, coaches, analysts, and fans to rethink what they believed was possible on a baseball field. Since arriving in the major leagues, his mere presence reopened a door that had been closed since the era of Babe Ruth, that of the two-way player who not only participates, but dominates. However, as his career progresses and his figure grows to almost mythological proportions, an inevitable, uncomfortable, and deeply controversial question arises. Can Shohei Ohtani continue pushing the limits of baseball as a two-way player until the very end, even if it involves risks? Or would it be wiser to accept a transformation to ensure that his magic lasts many more years in MLB? Talking about the positions Ohtani could play beyond pitching and serving as a designated hitter is not a simple theoretical exercise. It is a conversation that already exists within professional baseball and gains strength with each passing season. Ohtani possesses a privileged physique, height, power, coordination, speed, and an athletic ability that is rare even among the league's best players. These traits make him a natural candidate to play multiple defensive positions, should he choose to do so or if circumstances push him in that direction. Right field is, for many, the most logical option. Ohtani has a strong, accurate arm with great carry, ideal for controlling deep fly balls and preventing extra bases. In addition, his speed would allow him to cover large areas, something essential in spacious ballparks. Left field also appears as a viable alternative, especially if the goal is to reduce physical wear as the years go by. Historically, many elite hitters have found that position to be a way to continue contributing defensively without an extreme physical burden. First base is another scenario frequently mentioned when thinking about the long term. It's a position that allows a player to take advantage of size and reach, reduces the demand for long-range movement, and minimizes the risk of constant impacts. For a player who already contributes so much offensively, first base could be a natural refuge in a more mature stage of his career. There has even been mention, in a very specific context, of the possibility that he could occasionally play center field, although that option would involve considerable physical strain and would likely only be viable in isolated moments. But the debate doesn't stop at which positions he can play. It goes much deeper: the sustainability of his role as a two-way player. Modern baseball is a sport of extreme specialization. Pitchers carefully manage every pitch, every inning, every recovery. Hitters adjust routines, rest, and physical preparation to perform day after day. Ohtani does both, and he does it at a level that many specialists cannot reach even when dedicating themselves to a single role. This is where the great controversy is born. There are those who argue that the human body, no matter how talented or well-prepared, is not designed to withstand such a heavy workload for 15 or 20 years. Pitching with power places brutal stress on shoulders, elbows, and backs. Hitting every day, traveling constantly, and maintaining an offensive rhythm also takes its toll. The question is not whether Ohtani is capable right now, because he has already proven that he is, but whether he will be able to do it when time begins to exact its price. Some sectors of baseball believe the logical answer would be a gradual transition, not abruptly abandoning one of his facets, but rather adjusting the balance. Fewer starts, more rest, greater emphasis on hitting, or even an eventual defensive conversion. From this perspective, the goal would not be to limit him, but to protect him, preserving his body so that his impact can extend for more years and preventing an injury or accumulated wear from causing an abrupt ending. Others, however, believe that asking Ohtani to stop being a two-way player would betray the very essence of what makes him unique. His value is not measured solely in numbers, awards, or contracts, but in what he represents for the sport. Ohtani is a global inspiration, living proof that limits can be broken. His existence has changed the way talent development is perceived, especially among young players who now dream of not having to choose between pitching or hitting. The discussion becomes even more intense when people talk about his superstar carnival. It's an expression many use to describe this period of absolute dominance, where he seems to do everything right. Sports history tells us that no athlete remains at their absolute peak forever. Even legends go through stages of adjustment, reinvention, and decline. The difference with Ohtani is that his margin for maneuver is greater than that of almost any other player. If his speed declines, his power can still make a difference. If his command on the mound loses some sharpness, his offensive presence remains devastating. This ability to compensate is what makes him a unique case. He does not rely on a single tool, but on a set of skills that reinforce one another. Imagining Ohtani playing until his final day in MLB at a level close to his current one may seem unrealistic, but so did the idea of seeing a two-way player dominate the league in the 21st century. Ohtani has already proven that he does not conform to traditional probabilities. His work ethic, mental focus, and discipline suggest that he will do everything possible to challenge the passage of time. However, even the most optimistic observers accept that his career will have different stages. He may not always be the same Ohtani we see today, but that does not mean he will stop being extraordinary. He could become a more cerebral hitter, a more strategic pitcher, or a leader who makes an impact from other dimensions of the game. His legacy does not depend on repeating exactly the same role throughout his career, but how he evolves without losing his essence. Beyond the individual, Ohtani's case has opened a structural debate within baseball. He has forced organizations to rethink how they develop prospects, how they manage workloads, and how they value versatile players. He has shown that risk, when managed intelligently, can generate historic rewards. He has also changed the emotional relationship between the public and the sport. Ohtani is not just a player to be admired, he is a phenomenon followed with amazement. Each season is lived with the feeling of witnessing something unrepeatable. That constant expectation is part of his magic, but also part of the pressure that surrounds him. The great unknown is not whether Ohtani will change, because every athlete changes. The real question is how he will do it and under what conditions. Will it be a strategic decision made calmly and with a long-term vision, or will it be the result of the inevitable demands of the body and the schedule? Will Ohtani himself set the pace of his transformation, or will the context around him do so? In the end, Shohei Ohtani has already achieved something very few manage in professional sports, redefining what it means to be great. His name will forever be associated with an era of innovation, courage, and breaking the mold. What comes next, whether as a two-way player, an offensive star, a selective pitcher, or an adapted mix of all of the above, will simply be another chapter in a story that is already legendary. And now, the controversial question left hanging in the air for all fans. Should Shohei Ohtani continue pushing the limits of baseball as a two-way player until the very end, even if it involves risks? Or would it be wiser to accept a transformation to ensure that his magic lasts many more years in MLB?